Hello, sports fans. This is my second attempt at this. This is Joe DuPont talking to you from New Jersey on a break for the holidays. Talking about this recent Northwest Airlines debacle where they let a potential bomber get on board the plane without a passport. And I think that's the pilot's responsibility to make sure that everybody has the right documentation. It's not up to some boarding guy who works in another country. I think that we're talking an American airline or someone who services the United States, that these captains should have enough presence of mind to enact such a thing on international flights without waiting for the government to say anything. For a company like Northwest to show the world that they're going to be leaders on this thing, and they're going to give their passengers the safest possible treatment in terms of these crazy terrorists, who appear to be very deficient in the minds. I mean, thank God, because otherwise they would have pulled this thing off. The guy tried to blow up his shoe. There'll always be someone willing to do this, but they won't profile, and no one's saying a thing. Matter of fact, we're still not even stopping the people from pirating, hijacking the boats. These pirates are out there. You know, no one wants to get tough with them and blow them right out of the water and make it so that there'll be a lot of widows out there who are going to be pissed off because their stupid husbands went out and tried to pirate a tanker or whatever, freighter. We allow this. We allow people to hack into our computers. The government does nothing about taking a tough stand on that. We got to pay money to have people stop taking our identities, load up our computers with all kinds of viruses. We got to pay money for that. They should take these people and send them Assad after them or something and take them out. I mean, this is BS. This is truly BS. And so anyhow, getting back to this bomber, or potential bomber, he was ready to take out 300 innocent people. And he could get like 20 years. 20 years is enough for trying to snuff out 300 people. He could have been snuffing out 3,000 people. 20 years? Because he only attempted to do it and he didn't do it? I mean, how many people would he have to kill? Let's say he killed one person in the process of doing this. I mean, so you have to kill somebody in order to, it should be mandatory death penalty on something like this. This is not a joke. But then again, the terrorists we picked up and we already released have gone out and killed more U.S. soldiers. So apparently we don't have the resolve to deal with these people, and it's just not Obama, but it's Bush, the whole thing. Right now, I understand President Obama signed an executive order, and I'm going to research this a little more, allowing Interpol to come into this country, act as a free agent, totally violate our constitutional rights, take people away, use whatever force necessary to get them. The sky's the limit from what I understand. I'm going to research this a little bit, but the news media is not talking about this executive order which President Obama has signed. Another example of how he is destroying our constitutional rights. And I've had emails and comments on my my videos and comments on my videos about George Bush. Look, I have no love for George Bush, and I published letters to the editor in his local paper saying he should be ashamed to show his face in public down there or anywhere after what he did with the borders, and how he's not saying a damn thing about this health care plan that will make us all slaves. This will be the first time since the Civil War that babies will be born into slavery, and that's what mandatory health insurance is. And I would really ask people to put pressure on Steve Forbes, who claims to be this, pro-American business leader. I like to see these business leaders, him and his friends, take the pledge not to get health insurance for themselves. They can insure their kids and wives and all that, but for themselves, tell the government that they're not going to buy mandatory health insurance, and they can fine them, they can do whatever they want, but they're not going to pay the fines, and if they have to go to jail and go take this to the Supreme Court, they will. But they won't. I don't think they will. So, Steve, show me to be a liar, show me to be a jerk on this thing. Why don't you come out and stand tall and ask your other compatriots, all these people who believe in the Constitution and all that, to say, hey, we have the resources to pay for our own health bills. We're not going to buy health insurance. And there's nothing you can do to make us do it. And we're willing to go to jail if necessary to prove our point and go right to the Supreme Court. Why don't you do that, Mr. Forbes, for your Forbes magazine, and all the rest of you, Jobs and Bill Gates, and all these people we tout and revere and respect, all these rich people. Why don't they say that they're not going to do it, that they care about our rights as free people? Many of you people don't understand that the whole premise of the Constitution was based on the fact that we're born, not only here, but all over the world, men and women are born as free people with inalienable rights. And apparently our Congress and our President have lost sight of the fact that their duty is to maintain those rights for us as best they can, but no, they're doing everything to take them away. And they're making us defend them in court. There's something inherently wrong with even in township committees and stuff pass these ordinances which they know are unconstitutional, but they say, screw you, sue me. And it seems to me anybody who passes a law that they know is unconstitutional is guilty of treason. These people are no good, and you have to throw them out of office when the time comes to vote in our democratic process. So, once again, get back to Northwest Airlines at nwa.com and tell them that you expect them, and also contact the other airlines, US Air or whatever, and tell them that you expect them on international flights, American Airlines, whatever. You expect them to check for passports, because no one should be able to get on an airplane if they can't produce some sort of identification, such as a passport. We were lucky this time. Those people were lucky on that plane, just as lucky, even more so than the people who landed in the water and came out unscathed. But you're not going to be lucky all the time. And contact your senators and your congressmen and say, what's the deal with this piracy thing that's still going on? The newspaper isn't reporting it, but it's still going on, and no one's doing a thing. And it gets back to just the stupid viruses on the computer. Track these people down wherever they are. Wherever they are. So that's more or less it. Let's give this a try and see if it works. Have a good one. Happy 2010.